Thanks for posting a video. I'm happy to give you some feedback. Here we go. Really quickly. First, practice rounds of swimming without breathing just to eliminate the sort of desire to take a breath, because that desire is so strong in us that when we go to breathe and we're kind of new to swimming, everything along the way doesn't really matter, right? Only your breath is going to matter. So give yourself some opportunity to maybe just do like 4 to 6 strokes without a breath. And if you need to, stand up, catch your breath, jump off the bottom, and then keep going without a breath so that you can focus more on everything that's going on all at once. Now, for me, as I watch you do your swim, I personally want you to connect your arms to your body a little bit better. The best way I could describe that is in swimming, from your fingertips through your wrist, through your forearm, elbow, bicep, shoulder, all the way down to your hip should be working as one unit. I don't necessarily get to see that, right? So you can see how your hips here are, we're gonna say, going that direction, but your shoulders are rotated. Well, they should be on the same plane. I should be able to draw a line that is exactly parallel to each other, right? So try to think about how your arms help your body move, but your rotation also helps your arms enter the water and exit the water. So I'm not seeing that necessarily from you. Your right side's a little bit better about it, but you can still see how you're separating a little bit. You have that bow in your back, right? Part of that's because of your desire for air, probably. You look very apprehensive about entering the water, which is a thing for a lot of beginners. You don't need to enter the water like you're already setting a catch. That's not what we do. So go ahead and extend. If you're going to enter the water the way that you are, enter the water, extend first, and then set your catch. You're almost like taking these little clipping strokes that just aren't allowing you to stretch out and take the full length of your stroke. That's all. So, and also, just so you know, at this point, a catch isn't required for you. Your swimming isn't at a point where you should be that focused on that detail. I would focus on a bigger picture, which is your posture, your kick, how they all work together, your kick and your posture, and then how your arms are going to fit into that equation or that puzzle as well. All right. Once we start adding how to catch, then it's like takes us out of how those bigger things work together. Once those things are working together, then we can add that catch in. But the catch isn't a requirement. It doesn't prevent you from moving forward if you don't set a catch. It adds to efficiency and it could add to propulsion, but it doesn't necessarily need to be there. So don't be that focused on it. Focus on how everything is working together. All right, so keep going here. Ooh, that was a nice little moment. See how your palm just turned outward on the right hand? Let me change my arrow color here. All right, that palm just turned outward. So that's where your arm is going to go. Back this up a little bit. So I like this arm. You could probably, if you wanted to catch, that was your elbow, you can catch more narrow. The margin of error in a catch is your nose and your shoulder line. So as long as your hand is somewhere between your nose and that shoulder line, it should be safe. If you come out here, it's like doing a wide push-up. It's not actually going to move you forward, and it's going to put a weird strain on your shoulder. It feels really hard to do, so it feels like maybe that moves me further, but it's just hard to do because we're weak in those positions. And swimming is all done with internal rotation. So a shoulder joint in swimming, as I set my catch, turns inward. It doesn't go outward. It is the difference of why someone who grew up as a swimmer swims so easily versus someone who's coming to swimming as an adult has a harder time. Their joints aren't oriented to those positions to generate force necessarily. And so it takes time for those joints to make those adjustments. But that's also why it's so helpful for an adult to find swimming, because it takes them out of their normal movement patterns and varies their movement patterns, and it helps with mobility. So keep at it. That's not me saying that you're never going to get it. You will. You just got to keep at it. So if you can let your left arm just enter the water and not catch immediately, it would allow your whole right side of your body to rotate up as a solid unit. It's that rotation that helps bring your arm out of the water on the right side, and it's that rotation that's going to help bring your arm back to the right side. You see how the right side is nice and long, and you can see how your left arm finishes a little bit better. I just want you to rotate a little bit more, but I think it's mostly your legs aren't close enough. So keep your legs really close as you swim. Your thighs should be touching, and they should be rubbing. All right, I'm going to leave it at that for now. You got a lot to work on, a lot to focus on, but really, posture, making sure your spine is straight, legs stay close together, and that helps support that posture. And I would say focus on lengthening your rotation. If you need to rotate an exaggerated amount, rotate an exaggerated amount. Go to 90 degrees if you need to. It'll help you find that rotation, because when we're swimming, we should be closer to 45 every single stroke. So 45 to 45 every single stroke. All right, that's it. Thank you.